Picture this. It's a bright morning in Singapore at a bustling hawker center, where the city's heartbeat is on full display. The air is thick with the mouth-watering smells of chicken rice, spicy laksa, and sweet kopi, swirling together in a delicious cloud. Woks sizzle, people chat and laugh, and everyone's grabbing their favorite meal, eager to start the day with something tasty. Now look closely at how people pay for their food and drinks. An uncle flips roti prata with practiced skill, taking colorful notes from a customer, both of them sharing a big, satisfied smile. Someone else taps their phone. Beep, payment made in an instant, no cash needed, just a quick wave and a grin. Some use cards, others prefer the jingle of coins, each person choosing what works best for them. The Singapore dollar notes are vibrant, with unique designs that tell stories of the nation's culture and history. But what does this money actually mean? Is it just paper, or is there something more behind every note and coin? For a tourist, it's a delicious plate of char kway teow, a new taste, a happy memory, and a story to share back home. For the auntie selling drinks, it's her income, the money she uses to pay for her family's needs, school fees, and daily essentials. This dollar buys groceries, pays for bus rides, and helps people plan their lives, from saving for a rainy day to celebrating special occasions. It's more than just paper or numbers on a screen. It's trust, value, and possibility, all wrapped up in a small, colorful package. The Singapore dollar, or SGD, is known for being strong, stable, and reliable, giving people confidence in their everyday transactions. But what does that really mean for everyone, from hawker stall owners to visitors, from families to business owners? How does it affect daily life and business? How does a strong currency shape the way people live, work, and dream in Singapore? Let's dive in and find out together. Are you ready to see how money truly moves Singapore? So what does it mean when we say a currency is strong? Imagine you want to buy a video game from Japan. If the Singapore dollar is strong, you need fewer dollars to buy that game. Your money stretches further overseas, it has more buying power. A strong currency is trusted worldwide, used for trading, and seen as safe. It's like a sturdy ship in a stormy sea, stable and reliable. Businesses and people need this steadiness to plan and budget. Imagine if the price of bread changed wildly every day. Chaos. So, a strong Singapore dollar means it can buy more abroad, is trusted, and stays stable. This isn't luck, there are smart reasons behind it. Singapore has worked hard to make its dollar this way. It's about careful planning and smart policies. The result? A currency that's respected globally. But how did Singapore achieve this? What's the secret behind the strong SGD? Let's explore those reasons. Stay with us. What makes Singapore's dollar so robust? Singapore is a major global financial hub, a busy airport for money. International banks and global companies flock here, bringing in foreign investment. This creates high demand for Singapore dollars. Political stability and strong rule of law are key. Investors trust their money is safe. Singapore is known for good governance and low corruption. This trust attracts even more investment. The country's skilled workforce and innovation drive exports in high-value goods and services. When other countries buy these, they need Singapore dollars, boosting demand. The government is famous for prudent financial planning, saving for rainy days and thinking long-term. This responsible management inspires confidence. People trust Singapore won't make rash decisions that could weaken the currency. All these factors combine to make the SGD strong. It's not just about money, it's about trust, skill, and smart leadership. That's Singapore's economic superpower, but there's more to the story. Let's see how the central bank plays its part. Meet the Monetary Authority of Singapore, or MAS, the chief guardian of the Singapore dollar. Think of MAS as the vigilant protector, always watching over the value of the nation's money, making sure it stays strong and reliable for everyone living and working in Singapore. Unlike most central banks around the world, which mainly use interest rates to control their economies, MAS does things a little differently. Instead of focusing only on interest rates, MAS pays close attention to the exchange rate of the Singapore dollar. They use what's called a managed float system. This means MAS doesn't let the dollar's value swing wildly. Instead, they guide the SGD against a basket of currencies from Singapore's most important trading partners, like the US, China, and the Eurozone. By doing this, MAS keeps the dollar stable, even if one currency in the basket shifts up or down. It's like walking a tightrope, balancing carefully so the dollar doesn't tip too far in any direction. To keep things steady, MAS quietly steps into the currency market whenever needed. They have a secret target range for the SGD's value, and they work behind the scenes to keep the dollar within that range. If the Singapore dollar gets too strong, MAS will sell SGD and buy up foreign currencies. This helps to bring the dollar's value back down, making sure it doesn't get too expensive for other countries to buy Singapore's goods. If the dollar gets too weak, MAS does the opposite. They buy SGD and sell foreign currencies, giving the dollar a boost and keeping it from losing too much value. The main goal behind all this? To keep inflation low and stable. MAS wants to make sure that prices in Singapore don't rise too quickly, so people's money keeps its value over time. Singapore imports most of its food, oil, and goods from other countries. A strong, stable dollar means these imports stay affordable, which is crucial for a small, trade-dependent nation. Cheaper imports mean prices in shops don't rise too fast, so everyday essentials remain within reach for everyone. This protects everyone's purchasing power, making sure that families can buy what they need without worrying about their money losing value. It's a constant balancing act, requiring careful decisions and quick action whenever the global economy shifts. MAS's unique approach is a big reason for the SGD's strength. Their smart, steady policy has earned Singapore a reputation for financial stability and resilience. That's how Singapore keeps its dollar strong, through clever strategy, constant vigilance, and a commitment to keeping life affordable for everyone. Singapore is a global trade giant. Its port is one of the world's busiest. Goods from everywhere flow in and out, and money changes hands constantly. Much of this trade involves converting to Singapore dollars. When Singapore sells more than it buys, a trade surplus, foreign money flows in. This money is converted to SGD, increasing demand and strengthening the currency. Think of Singapore as a popular lemonade stand. Everyone wants what it's selling. High-quality exports make the SGD desirable. Strong trade performance signals a healthy, productive economy. This boosts confidence in the currency. A strong dollar is built on real economic strength. That's why trade matters for your wallet. It's not just numbers, it's daily life, and it keeps the SGD in demand. How does the Singapore dollar stack up globally? The US dollar is a global giant, but Singapore's strength comes from being a super efficient hub for finance and trade. In Southeast Asia, currencies like the rupiah or ringgit can be more volatile. A strong SGD means Singaporeans get more value when traveling abroad. For example, a holiday in Thailand becomes more affordable if the SGD is strong. Your money buys more, your budget stretches further, but a super strong dollar isn't perfect. If SGD is too strong, Singaporean products become expensive for foreign buyers. This can hurt local exporters. That's why MAS aims for stability, not just strength. It's a careful balancing act, supporting both consumers and businesses. The goal? A dollar that's strong, but not too strong. That's the secret to Singapore's success. Balance is everything. Let's look at the perks and quirks of living with a strong dollar. Living in Singapore with a strong dollar has its perks. Cheaper imports keep the cost of living manageable. Think fruits from Australia, electronics from Japan. Overseas travel becomes more affordable. Your SGD buys more foreign currency. Dream trips and shopping sprees feel closer, but there's a flip side. For tourists, a strong SGD can make Singapore feel expensive. That famous chili crab or a ticket to a top attraction might seem pricey. This challenges the tourism industry to show value. Exporters also feel the pinch. A strong dollar makes their goods costlier abroad. Fewer sales can hurt local businesses. That's why MAS aims for a balanced dollar, strong enough for imports, but not so strong it hurts exports. It's a delicate dance, and it affects everyone. Keeping the Singapore dollar strong is a delicate balancing act, much like walking a tightrope where every step matters. It's not just about strength, but also about agility and quick thinking, as the landscape can shift at any moment. Global economic shifts can shake things up. Slowdowns or crises affect demand for exports. When the world economy stumbles, Singapore feels the tremors too, as its fortunes are closely tied to international trade and investment. Singapore is deeply connected to the world, so global events matter. A crisis in one region can ripple across the globe, impacting Singapore's economy in unexpected ways. Sometimes investors flock to safe currencies like the SGD, pushing its value up. This can happen during times of uncertainty, when people seek stability and security for their money. But big shocks can create uncertainty for all currencies. Even the strongest economies can be rattled by sudden changes, making it hard to predict what comes next. There's also the impossible trinity. You can't have a perfectly stable exchange rate, free money flow, and full control over interest rates all at once. Every country has to make tough choices about which levers to pull and which to let go. Singapore manages its exchange rate and allows money to flow freely, but has less control over interest rates. This approach helps keep the economy open and competitive, but it also means accepting some trade-offs. This means MAS must constantly monitor the global economy and adjust as needed. Vigilance is key. Staying alert to changes and being ready to act quickly can make all the difference. A dollar that's too strong can hurt exporters, making their goods less competitive. When the currency rises too much, Singaporean products become more expensive overseas, and businesses may struggle to keep up. Too weak, and imports get expensive. Everyday essentials, from food to technology, could cost more, affecting everyone in Singapore. MAS's job is to steer carefully, supporting Singapore's economic health. It's about finding the right path, even when the waters are choppy and the skies uncertain. It's a continuous, careful process. Every decision must be weighed and every outcome considered to keep the economy balanced. Not too hot, not too cold. That's the challenge. The goal is to keep things just right so Singapore can thrive no matter what the world throws its way, and it's what keeps the SGD resilient. By staying adaptable and vigilant, Singapore ensures its currency remains strong for the future. Let's look ahead. Singapore's reputation for smart policies and careful management inspires global confidence. Strong foundations, political stability, honest government, skilled workforce remain. But the world is changing fast. New economic giants are rising, supply chains are shifting, and digital currencies are emerging. Singapore must keep adapting to stay ahead. Innovation in areas like green finance and AI will be key. Attracting top talent and high-value industries keeps demand for SGD strong. Staying relevant and competitive is the goal. The Singapore dollar's strength is a story of clever policy and resilience. It shows how a small nation can achieve big things. But as the world goes digital, what role will strong traditional currencies like the SGD play? That's the next chapter. What do you think the future holds?